Alrighty, so last time on Cocktails in Expedition 33, I took down the first of two axons, these gigantic beings that we need to take down to get to the painters. And now we've got to deal with Sirene. But before we do that, I'm going to make a quick drink for one last expeditioner I haven't made a drink for yet, Lune. So for this cocktail for Lune, we are going to start with 2 dashes of orange bitters in a mixing glass. You can do 1 bar of absinthe, that's optional though, but I like it. 1/4 ounce of Crème de Violette. 1/4 ounce of St-Germain Elderflower Liqueur. 1/2 ounce of Blanc Vermouth. And 1.5 ounces of gin. I'm using Citadel gin because it's French. Stir that drink with ice. And strain into a chilled Nicanora glass. And there you go. The drink for Lune I'm calling the Stained Moon. And now, onto the video. Now, unfortunately, something went wrong with my OBS, and when I went to go fight Tisseur and Sirene, my mic audio wasn't picked up at all. So, weirdly, it was working in the beginning when I, got to Sirene and saw everything, and then I don't know what happened. I literally hit nothing, and I got to the Tisseur fight, Sirene fight, did everything, went to go edit it, and all my audio for my mic was gone. Don't know how, so I'll walk you guys through what happens and show you some fun clips. So in the beginning, Minoko explains that Sirene is the axon, and what she does is she sings like a siren and messes with your emotions. So really, everyone has to be careful, and everybody's emotions are getting played with except for Minoko's. Well, kind of. Well, I'll get to that later. So I'll admit the combat for this area is not my favorite. It's not that it doesn't feel inspired, it's just kind of annoying. Like all these little enemies here that you fight all the time, you can't really hit them. You have to do free aim shots on them, which if you've played the game, you know that free aim shots really don't do a lot of damage. So it can be kind of tedious and annoying to get through a lot of these little sections. Now, there are great fights in here, like the glissando that you can fight later, and there's one other minor fight that I don't think I picked up, but there are some good fights here. But the 2 highlights that I'm going to cover is the Tisseur fight and Sirene. So that's what we're going to do. So Verso, when you get to the Tisseur, explains that the Tisseur works for Sirene, and basically outright says it's an optional fight. But I got that dog in me, so I gotta fight it. Now, Tisseur has a very interesting style of fighting. I got it on my first try, but that wasn't without its moments of, oh crap, I'm gonna die, or just absolutely scrambling to get things done. He starts out the fight by cursing the entire party, which is an effect that will kill the party in a certain number of turns if not dispelled. Now, for Verso, it's pretty easy to get rid of his. I would just use the purification ability, and I would get his off, but Ciel and Minoko were a lot more difficult to deal with. Basically, my strategy was to wait for Minoko and Ciel to die, and then use a revive tint on them to get them back up. However, every time that happened, Tisseur would just curse the whole party again, and I'd be back to square one. However, he did have some really cool moves, like these.
Luck smiles today. Remember it.
Bring it on.
Anyway, not too difficult of a fight and pretty enjoyable. After Tisseur, there's a little optional section of combat with some ads and some more exploration. I blew through those pretty quickly until I came to the main event, Sirene. And honestly, I think you guys should just sit back, grab a drink, and enjoy this. This is very, very, very fun and an amazing spectacle. So enjoy.
Your turn to dance. Oh well. Oh well. Bring it on.
Eyes up, person. Swift.
The sweet taste of battle. A bit of violence, yes. Time to end.
Like a phoenix. Eyes up, Verso. Let's gamble.
Time for revenge.
Careful now.
Oh boy, Sirene, Sirene, Sirene. How do I make a cocktail for you? It's gonna be hard, but hey, if it was easy, everybody would do it. All right, so we're gonna do a shaken drink for this. And in your shaken tin, we're gonna start with 1 drop of saline solution. So this is basically a little bit of salt dissolved in hot water, and it just brings out a lot of flavors in the drink. Next, we're gonna do 1/4 ounce of agave syrup, 1/2 ounce of lemon juice, 1/4 ounce of cointreau, 1/2 ounce of italicus, and finally 1.5 ounces of gin. Shake that with ice and strain into a chilled coupe glass. Now, what I do here is completely optional, so if you have these on hand, you can, but don't go running out to the store if you don't have it. This is completely optional. I just wanted a little more color pop in the drink. So what I did was I did a bar spoon of Aperol and a bar spoon of yellow chartreuse to give it a little more pop, a little more color, because she has the dancers that come in. I wanted to really highlight that in the drink. And there you have it. I'm calling Sirene's drink the Dirge of Sirene. Now, stay tuned for a special video next week and the final part of Act 2, where after that, I will be unveiling the game that I'm going to be playing next for the channel. See y'all then, and remember, drink responsibly, game often. I'll see y'all next time. Cheers.